Indeed, welcome to another episode of Classic Books with Rashad. Let's get into the Bible study time. 1 Kings chapter 12. Get into verse 20, and it reads, When all the Israelites heard that Jeroboam had returned, they sent and called him to the assembly and made him king over all Israel. Only the tribe of Judah remained loyal to the house of David. Jeroboam, king over all Israel. At Solomon's death, the Hebrew nation split into two kingdoms. The northern kingdom, called Israel, was first ruled by Jeroboam. The southern kingdom, called Judah, was first ruled by Rehoboam, Solomon's son. The division continued until the 10 northern tribes were taken into captivity by Assyria in 722 BC. The southern kingdom was carried into captivity in 586 BC by the Babylonians. History of the two kingdoms is recorded. 1 Kings chapter 12, lead to chapter 22, 2 Kings to chapter 1 to chapter 25, and 2 Chronicles chapter 10 to 36. That's what it looks like right here. The story of Israel and Judah reveals their persistence in breaking God's covenant. The Bible indicates that all the kings of the northern kingdom did evil in the eyes of the Lord. The majority of the kings of Judah departed from the covenant. Only a few of the kings of Judah, notably Hezekiah and Josiah, did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. Now, verse 24 says, This is what the Lord says. Do not go up to fight against your brothers, the Israelites. Go home, every one of you, for this is my doing. They obeyed the word of the Lord and went home again as the Lord had ordered. For this is my doing. It was the Lord who brought about the division of his people. The existence of two nations were designed by him as a punishment for their idolatry, as a means for preserving a faithful remnant through Judah. Though Israel as a whole departed from God, a remnant in Judah remained faithful to the covenant, and through them God was able to fulfill his promises of a Davidic Messiah and redemption. Verse 28. After seeking advice, the king made 2 golden calves. He said to the people, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Here are your gods, O Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt. 2 golden calves. Here are your gods. Now this means that Jeroboam of the northern kingdom established a counterfeit religious system by offering the people worship of their gods through idols. The pattern of the golden calf made by Aaron. Jeroboam appointed priests, even though they were not Levites, thus ordaining men to the ministry who would not qualify according to God's law. And Jeroboam's establishment of a false religious system had produced 2 results. Number 1, most people who remained in the northern kingdom had accepted Baal worship along with its immoral practice of cult prostitution. The majority of the godly remnant that desired to remain loyal to God and his law suffered greatly as they abandoned their property and moved to the southern kingdom in order to worship the Lord according to his original revelation and commands. Those from every tribe of Israel who set their hearts on seeking the Lord, the God of Israel, followed the Levites to Jerusalem to offer sacrifice to the Lord, the God of their fathers. In verse 31 it says, Jeroboam built shrines on high places and appointed priests from all sorts of people, even though they were not Levites. Appointed priests, though they were not Levites, doesn't mean that Jeroboam appointed priests who would not qualify according to God's standards in Numbers chapter 3, verse 6 to 9, and Numbers chapter 8, verse 5 to 20. Under the new covenant, the Levitical priesthood no longer existed, but God has still established certain essential qualifications for those who will be ordained for pastoral or church leadership. These spiritual and moral qualifications are listed in 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 7, and Titus chapter 1, verse 5 through 9. All right, so that's it for tonight. That's it. I'll be in chapter 13 tomorrow. I'll also be on lookout for Football Friday with Rashad Mitchell. I'll be doing that later on tomorrow night. But I'll be doing the Bible study time, chapter 13 only in 1 Kings. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.